Blackhead prevention usually works best when it is gentle, steady, and realistic, because blackheads rarely appear from one dramatic mistake and are much more likely to build slowly when oil, dead skin cells, leftover product, sweat, and everyday friction collect around the opening of the pore over time. So the smartest goal is not to attack the skin, but to keep it calmer, cleaner, and less congested without creating fresh irritation. A simple routine is often more effective than an exciting one. Cleanse the face in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water, because very hot water can strip the skin barrier and leave the face tight, dry, and more reactive. Use your fingertips instead of rough scrubs, abrasive washcloths, or stiff cleansing brushes, because blackhead-prone skin usually responds better to calm handling than to aggressive rubbing. If you sweat after exercise, yard work, housework, hot weather, or a long day under sunscreen and makeup, it helps to rinse or cleanse the skin as soon as practical, because sweat mixed with oil and residue can sit on the skin and contribute to that heavy, clogged feeling. Avoid squeezing, scraping, pinching, digging, or trying to force blackheads out at home, because that habit often causes more redness, swelling, irritation, lingering marks, and regret than the original blackheads ever caused. Choose non-comedogenic products whenever possible, including moisturizers, sunscreen, makeup, and hair products, especially if your hair touches your forehead, temples, or cheeks. A lightweight moisturizer can actually help, because skin that becomes too dry often becomes irritated, and irritated skin makes people impatient, and impatient people are exactly the ones most likely to stand too close to a bathroom mirror and start making decisions they would not defend the next morning. If you want to try over-the-counter acne care, it is usually smarter to begin slowly with one well-chosen active ingredient, instead of layering several strong treatments at once. Salicylic acid may help keep pores clearer over time, and adapalene may help reduce clogged pores, but patience matters more than panic. Improvement usually comes from steady use over time, not from one dramatic weekend of treating your face like a chemistry experiment. Remove makeup before bed. Change pillowcases regularly. Clean the things that touch your face often, like phone screens, eyeglass frames, hat bands, and helmet straps. Keep heavier oils and styling products away from acne-prone skin when you can. Try not to rest your face in your hands for long stretches while reading, thinking, worrying, driving, scrolling, or politely listening to a story that should have ended 15 minutes ago. Stress management matters too, not because stress alone creates every blackhead, but because stress often leads to poor sleep, rushed cleansing, more face touching, more picking, skipped routines, and the kind of late-night bathroom behavior that always feels strangely productive until daylight arrives with a very different opinion. Diet does not need to become a courtroom drama, but hydration, regular meals, moderation, and decent sleep support better daily habits overall. Sunscreen matters too, not because sunscreen directly erases blackheads, but because healthy daily skincare tends to work better when your skin barrier is protected and not constantly irritated by sun exposure. If blackheads are stubborn, widespread, mixed with inflamed acne, or simply not improving despite a sensible routine, professional guidance may save time and frustration. Prevention is rarely glamorous. It usually looks like repeating calm habits, reducing friction, choosing products your skin can tolerate, and remembering that steady care beats dramatic interference most of the time, and that very same principle, the principle that not every little annoyance needs to be picked at just because it is there and visible, would have saved Harold Benson McCrae of Willow Run Senior Living in southern Missouri a truly unreasonable amount of public embarrassment if anyone had explained it to him before the 4-day motor coach trip to Branson that began as a perfectly ordinary retirement group vacation, and turned, by the second afternoon, into one of those stories older Americans tell for years afterward, with a hand on the table and tears in their eyes. Harold, called Hal by everyone except his dentist, the tax office, and one cousin in Arkansas who believed nicknames weakened the republic, was 78 years old and retired after 44 years as deputy supervisor in the county assessor's office. He believed in pencils sharpened in advance, road maps folded correctly, bandages packed before they were needed, and arriving early enough to be privately disappointed by setup. He lived with his wife, June, in a neat one-story house with white blinds, 2 rocking chairs on the porch, and a hall closet where flashlights, extension cords, folding umbrellas, and travel-sized tissues all sat in labeled bins with the solemn order of a well-run chapel. June was 75, a retired choir accompanist with silver hair, bright blue eyes, and the sort of easy laugh that can take the heat out of a man's fussing without making him feel foolish until much later. She loved Hal deeply and had long ago accepted that he could turn anything, from a grocery receipt to a motel breakfast buffet, into a minor systems analysis if allowed too much quiet. The Branson trip had been organized by the Silver Oaks Fellowship Travel Circle, a group of older adults from 3 nearby churches, and one senior center who claimed to be going mainly for fellowship and a nice little getaway, while secretly caring a great deal about hotel quality, bathroom timing, and whether the bus would stop someplace that sold decent coffee. The trip leader was a widow named Brenda Lou Pickett, 69, formerly a middle school principal, with a pink lipstick line so steady it suggested military training, and a voice that could cut through 5 rows of chatter and a bag of cheese crackers without needing a microphone. Her assistant was a soft-spoken retired banker named Dwayne Willis, who handled the envelope of tickets, the emergency contact sheet, and the moral burden of room keys. Hal had not wanted to go. This is important. He had not objected to Branson itself. He objected to group travel with assigned seats, scheduled rest stops, and the phrase, "fun surprise on night 3, which Brenda Lou had included in the printed itinerary, as if older people enjoyed suspense in bulk. June, on the other hand, thought it sounded wonderful. 4 days of music shows, lunch buffets, a lakeside boat ride, a stop at a craft market, and no cooking. "It'll be good for you," she said. "That phrase has never improved a situation," Hal replied. "It improved our marriage." That was because I didn't get a printed itinerary until after the vows. The bus departed at 6:45 on a Tuesday morning from the church parking lot, while the sky still looked half asleep and everyone wore travel clothes designed around comfort, medication timing, and the possibility of air conditioning betrayal. Hal arrived at 6 to 10 because he believed that any bus seat worth sitting in should first be observed in its natural state. June arrived at 6 to 10 because she was married to him. The other travelers arrived in a cheerful stream of rolling suitcases, blanket bags, neck pillows, tote bags, pill organizers, muffins wrapped in napkins, and opinions. There was Dot Henshaw in a floral visor carrying a tote that said "blessed and still driving people crazy." There was Earl Simmons with a cooler small enough to be suspicious. There was Phyllis Crowley, a former church secretary with pearl earrings, perfect lipstick, and the walking efficiency of a woman who would absolutely judge a continental breakfast in silence and then discuss it in perfect detail back on the bus. There was Leonard Pike with a camera bag, 2 hats, and the permanent expression of a man who expected weather to be a personal challenge. There was Miss Betty Warren, who brought hard candy and flavors no one under 70 willingly chose. And there was a widower named Russell Mayfield, who had packed 3 Western shirts, 1 silver belt buckle, and enough aftershave to threaten the structural integrity of row 4. Hal had already memorized the seat map Brenda Lou mailed the previous week, But when he boarded the bus, he discovered that row numbers on the actual coach did not agree with the printed chart because the bus company counted the first solo driver row and Brenda Lou had not. This is exactly the sort of thing that makes a man like Hal go spiritually rigid. "This is not row 3, he said to no one and everyone. Brenda Lou, still cheerful, said, "It's close enough, Harold." "There is no close enough in numbering. There is before 7 in the morning." 2 women behind them laughed. June patted Hal's arm and whispered, "Try not to declare war on arithmetic until Missouri is at least behind us." They ended up in row 5, not row 3, on the right side, across from the restroom, which Hal regarded as both an insult and a future case study. The bus itself smelled like coffee, upholstery, and peppermint. Brenda Lou stood at the front with the little bus microphone and welcomed everyone aboard. "Good morning, travelers," she said. "We're going to have ourselves a wonderful trip." Hal muttered, "That remains to be seen." Unfortunately for him, the bus microphone had not fully clicked off after her announcement, so his sentence went softly but clearly through the speaker overhead. The bus erupted in laughter before they had even left the parking lot. Hal looked up at the ceiling as if betrayed by architecture. Brenda Lou laughed hardest of all. "Well," she said, "I can see our quality control department has joined us." That line followed him for the next 3 days. Once the road opened and the fields blurred by and the sun finished waking up, group travel began behaving exactly as it always does in America among people over 65. Someone opened egg salad too early. Someone else began discussing blood pressure medication with the intimacy normally reserved for weather reports. A woman 2 rows back produced banana bread at 7:15, as though breakfast were a rumor she intended to correct. Earl's suspiciously small cooler turned out to contain 6 deviled eggs, 2 peach yogurts, and 1 can of root beer wrapped in a sock to keep it from knocking around. Hal watched all of this the way a park ranger watches tourists approach a railing with feeling, but no plan. By 8:30, the first rest stop was approaching, and this is where the bus truly introduced itself. Brenda Lou stood, took the microphone, and announced, "We have 25 minutes at the travel plaza. Please remember your bus number, use the restroom before buying snacks, and do not make me come looking for you in the candy aisle." The bus nodded as if united. It was not united. Group travel is never united at a rest stop. It is several private moral systems temporarily using the same parking lot. Hal, who had planned his timing perfectly, was first off the bus. Unfortunately, the travel plaza had one of those floor plans built by people who hated direct truth, and he took the corridor marked restrooms, only to find himself in souvenir shirts before recovering and redirecting with visible irritation. June, of course, took the wrong corridor too and found the coffee first, which she counted as success. Meanwhile, Russell bought an entire sack of pecan pralines for the road. Dot lost 1 earring near the jerky display, and Earl emerged from the men's room with a bag of cinnamon bears and no apology. Back on the bus, Hal discovered someone had placed a fountain soda in the cup holder directly above his folded newspaper. "Whose drink is this?" he asked. "Mine," called a cheerful voice from behind. "It won't spill." Hal turned slowly, the way a man turns toward a sentence he already knows is false. "Those words," he said, "have no place on a moving bus." The bus laughed again. By lunchtime, they had settled into the peculiar intimacy of group travel, which is to say, everybody knew who snored, who told the same story twice before noon, who packed boiled eggs without consulting the cabin air system, and who was secretly enjoying themselves while still claiming not to be. That last one was Hal. June knew it before he did. She saw it in the way he started leaning into the aisle to point out water towers, in the way he quietly corrected the route estimate on the itinerary, and then smiled when he turned out right, in the way he began saving the wrapped peppermints from Betty and distributing them when the bus got warm. "You're having a good time," she said during the second leg of the drive. "No," Hal answered. "I'm merely adapting responsibly. That's your version of joy." They reached Branson by mid-afternoon, and that was when travel ceased being simple logistics and became art. The hotel, though perfectly decent, had the exact beige hallways and carpet pattern designed to make older adults say things like, "Now where on earth did they hide the elevator?" Dwayne handed out room keys. Brenda Lou reminded everyone about the welcome supper. And Hal, because he loved clarity enough to tempt fate, had printed matching luggage tags for himself and June in large black letters before they left home. The mistake was that another traveler, a widow named Shirley Boone, had done the same thing using the same font, the same white cardstock, and nearly the same last name by coincidence and ambition. As a result, Hal and June opened the door to room 214, rolled in their suitcase, and discovered upon unzipping it not their neatly folded travel clothes, but 3 rhinestone western blouses, 1 bottle of lavender lotion, 2 mystery costume necklaces, and a framed photo of a schnauzer in a birthday hat. June sat down on the bed and laughed so hard she had to hold the quilt. Hal zipped the suitcase closed as if modesty still mattered after that. "Well," he said, "we appear to have entered another woman's future." The phone rang immediately. It was Brenda Lou who said, between laughter she was trying and failing to suppress, "Don't unpack that, Harold." Shirley Boone was down the hall in room 217, staring in equal alarm at 3 polo shirts, a labeled medicine pouch, and a gallon-sized bag of almonds portioned by time of day. That was how the nickname Spreadsheet Suitcase was born, which Russell used with such delight that even Hal eventually surrendered and answered to it once. The first full day in Branson was devoted to a morning show, a lunch buffet, and shopping. The show featured singing, comedy, and enough patriotic lighting to make even the curtains feel enlisted. Hal was determined not to participate. He said so clearly. "I am here to observe," he told June while they waited in the lobby. "That is what men say right before sequins find them," she replied. At the theater, the usher mistook his navy sport coat and serious expression for staff authority and handed him a flashlight. For 11 glorious seconds, he was part of the venue against his will. June nearly fainted laughing. "Give it back," she whispered. "I intend to. You sound like a man returning a ceremonial sword." Lunch was a buffet where mashed potatoes, pot roast, green beans, rolls, and banana pudding lived in warm silver trays under heat lamps that made everyone act as if seconds were morally urgent. Group travel reveals character at a buffet faster than any obituary ever will. Dot stacked rolls like a woman preparing for weather. Earl took only pie and called it portion management. Russell came back from the carving station with enough roast beef to suggest a personal misunderstanding. Hal, who usually ate sensibly, found himself strangely buoyant by the absurdity of it all and said, "The green beans here have no discipline." June said, "And yet you've taken 3 spoonfuls. That's reconnaissance." The shopping stop was at an outlet mall large enough to humble a schedule. Brenda Lou gave everyone exactly 90 minutes.